I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
All right, here we go. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Today is National Pie Day. Alrighty. I was looking at Ranker's list of what they say are the tastiest pies, and I don't know that I agree with them. I think I might be a pie outlier because they put apple pie at number 1.
My husband would as well, but I disagree.
Yeah, and then they had in there like at number 4 pumpkin pie. I'm not a huge pumpkin pie fan.
The other pie, it's good, don't get me wrong, but I don't love it, is cherry pie.
Oh, I love cherry.
Okay.
Give me cherry. Oh, I love it.
Because you can have someone that knows what they're doing make a pretty damn good cherry pie, but then there's some shitty cherry pie.
There are, of course, but you could say that about any pie.
You're right.
All of my 3 favorite types of pie did not land in their top 10. At number 3, my favorite pie is pecan pie.
Oh, that's a good
favorite.
one.
No, it's my 3rd favorite.
Sorry, you're talking pie. My cowboy hat's out a little tight.
Yes.
Your cowboy hat is distracting your life. You're sending mixed signals.
Pecan's number 3, Kev, as you were.
Pecan's number 3. Number 2, coconut cream.
Ooh.
And then number 1, Granny Buell's peanut butter pie.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That's my number 1. Peanut butter pie is my number 1.
Yeah.
My sister brought one from New Orleans for Christmas. She came off the plane with a pie, and this thing was so good. We ate it all through the holidays, just tiny little slices to conserve the pie. Finally, I finished it up like a week ago, and it was so good.
Peanut butter pie is my jam.
Yeah, it's good. The other ones that Ranker talked about, they had a chocolate silk pie at number 2. They had a Hershey cream pie at number 5.
Oh.
The key lime pie they put at 6.
I just had a slice the other day.
I love key
Did you?
lime.
From Key Lime
Yeah.
Old House.
Sometimes,
old
from the
Key
old
Lime
Key
House.
Lime house.
Old Key Lime. It was delicious. What
Yeah. Key Lime Old House.
Boy, I'm having
It is an old house.
having a Vander podcast.
Yeah, you really are.
Nailing it.
Just play this whole entire segment for the worst moments of the week.
I was worried if we were going to have enough. But yeah, we're catching up here.
Shit, Bird, get it together. Shit, Bird. You're talking pie, man.
Yeah, you got him
You
flustered.
imagine if we actually had a shit bird? It's a black bird. It just really loves shit. There it is. They've also got a cookies and cream pie.
Delicious.
I've never had that.
It's awesome.
Is it? That would be amazing. That does sound pretty good.
I believe Burger King had that at one point.
Really? Okay. Mud pie? I
Mud
assume
pie's
it's a
good.
chocolatey kind of pie. They've got the lemon meringue. And I do like a lemon meringue, too.
I don't love the lemon meringue.
It's the poor man's key lime.
Yes. Just give me a key lime.
Before, when I was a little kid, and the reason why I like it was when I was a kid, elementary school, I think 3rd grade, I was what they called Husky. And I remember my bus stop was at a place called Bush's Restaurant. And it was kind of almost like a diner, but they had, you ever seen like in the old diners, they would have the pie display case. It was round, it was glass.
Yes, Shoney's had
And
that.
it'd be spinning around.
Yes.
And every day I'd be waiting for my bus, and I would just stare at this lemon meringue pie that was in there because
Wow.
it's so high. You know, it looked like you got so much pie for it. And I just remember one time that I finally I saved up my money, and I had enough money, and I bought the lemon meringue pie, and they put it in a little container for me. I went and I got on my bus, and we were getting off the bus. I was so excited. I dropped my pie, and someone stepped on it.
The 1-2 combo? Damn.
And like a fat kid, I started crying.
And then ate it.
I was so sad. I was so sad. It took me so long to get that lemon meringue pie.
Some people don't get that the excitement for food.
I finally got home and I think I got so excited I got him and I just dropped into it.
Butterfingers.
Just boom, of course, right away.
There are people who eat to live, and there are people who live to eat, and they don't understand that excitement.
so crushed, so
when you
sad.
know you're about to get whatever you're jonesing
Yeah.
for, there's an excitement inside your stomach.
Yeah, so I save up my money again, and I remember the next time I was able to go in there and order that lemon meringue pie, I sat my little chubby ass right at the counter,
Don't take no risks.
and I ate it right away, and I learned a
Yes.
valuable lesson.
No carry out for him.
When food gets left behind or destroyed, it can break a person.
Right, it was so delicious.
Boston cream pie on that list?
No, and I'm there with you. I get it. I like the creamies, the chocolates, all those. Oh my gosh, yeah, that looks
Wow.
great.
I love
That
a
looks
Boston
really
cream
good.
pie.
Yeah.
Do you know does good pies is I guess technically a lot of them are cakes. I don't want to make this too confusing, but they have some pies. Is 2J's.
Okay.
They got some good pies there.
That 2J's has some quality food.
Their dessert area.
And their regular food, too. I'm a fan.
I am too. I don't want to muddy this up and start talking cakes.
You're right. It's not cake day. It's pie day.
Do you want to hear what my mom's doing with pie?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Real quick before we
Oh,
get into
sorry,
that.
sorry.
No, I don't
sorry.
wanna-
I just
No.
I wanted to get to this because I need separation in this before talking about your mom. But you had said Boston cream pie, and I was like, well, that sounds like that would be dirty.
Well, that's because the cream pie now means, you know.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
cream pie is not the same as Boston cream pie.
yeah, when you say you're going to.
Yeah.
Kevin's so innocent.
Kevin, cream pieing you is different than Boston cream pieing
But
you.
cream pie
Yeah.
has been on the forefront now. And that term's been since like, 02.
It has, yeah. But I figured there was
Pretty vulgar.
I figured there's a term for it on the Urban Dictionary, and of course there is. So.
It's terrible, Kevin. Don't look it up. You're too innocent.
You're right.
I don't want your sweet little doe eyes to
Yeah.
see that.
Sometimes that dictionary goes too far with their term. A cream pie is just a regular cream pie.
Yep.
Okay.
It's
all right.
filthy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's real,
Of
but
course.
I think
Maybe I don't know what cream pie
No,
is. I thought it was more than one person.
no, when you cream pie I don't know. There's so many different. Cream pieing means you're coming in somebody,
Right.
and it can mean someone comes right back in you after.
I thought it meant multiple people, and then
The terms moved a little bit.
Virginia might be making it a lot dirtier than it originally was.
That's what I'm
the
wondering.
thought
Yeah.
turns my stomach.
Yeah, and it's just creating confusing because GWB said, "Oh no, I think that's bukkake." So yeah, we got yeah, we got a lot of confusion about the cream. I'm sorry to
You say bukkake, some say bukkake.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
It's muddy.
Yeah, okay.
It's it's
Just
messy.
no, yeah, it's terrible when somebody takes something so delicious and lovely as the concept of a cream pie and they got to make it filthy. But
I thought the original. I
that's
mean,
where
you
we
could
are.
just meaning if. Never mind. It's gonna sound,
It's just so
I was about
vulgar.
to use
it's hard. To,
y'all as an example.
no, my gosh.
God,
no,
please
you
do
can't
not put me in your illustration.
No, can't do that. So your mom, I guess, inadvertently is celebrating National Pie Day.
Yeah, I don't even think she knew it was
Oh, she
National
did.
Pie
Oh,
Day.
well, when she finds out it's National Pie Day, I mean, this is gonna. It's almost like this is meant to be, Virginia. This is fate.
It's kind of making sense why maybe this is happening. Maybe because maybe the people throwing the pie baking competition know that it's Pie Day.
Probably, yeah. I bet it is. It seems like too much to be a coincidence.
Yeah, so she called me. My mom called me yesterday, and she's real all over the place these days. And my sister says that she's having a second childhood,
Fun?
but it's kind of dangerous because she has all the capabilities of a full-grown adult, like a credit card and the ability to call an Uber. She wrecked her car, so she can't drive anywhere, but she can Uber anywhere she wants to go. So it's wild. She went in her pantry yesterday and she just started grabbing stuff. So she had a can of cranberry, she had a can of pumpkin, she had some apples, she had cinnamon.
Okay.
She didn't have a pie crust, but she had graham crackers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works.
So she crunched those up and made a graham cracker crust. And she just started adding stuff, raisins, blueberries, and she made this giant square pie.
Ooh.
I think she made it like in either like a cookie sheet or a square, large, rectangular baking dish.
Okay.
And she gave some to Frank, her husband. You know Frank.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that turns down pie.
Loved the pie.
Okay.
Frank was such a fan of my mom's mishmash
Yeah.
I get it.
scraps pie.
Yeah.
Loved it.
A scrappy
Right.
pie is a fun pie.
So then she was like excited about it. So she was telling me, we were on
Yeah.
the phone for a long time last night, and she said she was going to take her pie, even though Frank already ate out of it. She was going to take it last night to church so the choir could eat out of it. And I was like, oh, that's weird. You know, when you show up to a potluck, I kind of believe like everything should be fresh, untouched, not eaten yet.
Okay.
With
Yeah.
some kind of lid on it, or at least some furl or some, something that says this is fresh. Nobody's dug into it
So
yet.
what could someone show up that would not look like that?
Like if you show up with a pie and like 3 slices are already eaten out of it, that to me, which is what she is going to bring to church last night, that to me is like kind of breaking the rules of potluck. I don't know.
Hey guys, I brought some pizza, and then you open up the 2 pizza boxes, and there's like 2 slices missing out of that one.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
3
It's
out
got to
of
be
it.
untouched.
It's not fresh. It's not untouched. So I was like, all right, Mom, well, just do you. And then she tells me tomorrow there is a pie competition. And all kinds of grannies her age are going to be there with their best pie competing to see who's got the best pie in the land.
Okay.
Now, I said, Mom, whoa. You cannot bring this same ass tired pie now to the 3rd event.
Yes.
1, Frank
It's
ate
like
out
on
of
a
it.
world tour, yeah.
2, you brought the freaking pie to church, and
Yeah.
all those old ladies ate out of it.
Right.
Now, 3, you're going to take it to a 3rd event, and this one is the most distinguished of all. This is actually a legitimate pie competition.
Pie Tour 2025.
You can't bring the same tired pie.
Wouldn't that be something that she brought it
She's going to bring it.
and then she wins? Would that be just holy
Dude,
It's that
she
good.
might, because you know what she said back to me? Oh, I'm going to trick them. She said, I'm going to take the pie out of the pie pan, the sheet cake pan, that rectangular thing that I cooked it in. I'm going to transfer what's less into a smaller pan, and I'm going to cut the edges and make it look like it was just baked. And then I'm going to present that as the pie, even though I full well know it's 3-4 days old with multiple people already ate out of it. She goes, I'm going to trick them, and then giggled.
And then okay.
Am I the only one that would love to go to this pie contest and try all these pies? This is pies galore.
This
Yeah, it
is
is.
pies galore.
Holy shit.
I don't know what to say. I don't know. I can't control her. I can't warn these people now that are going to eat this dusty pie that's been running all over San Antonio for days.
Right.
Well, I mean, maybe she's taking care of it and properly putting it away. And maybe by her kind of adding, I'm trying to be
Look, when you
positive.
go to a potluck, you know what you're getting into.
Exactly.
You know, so I mean, there needs to be a warning above the door when you walk into a potluck. Eat at your own risk.
Look, when I go to a potluck, which by the way, I love a potluck, I know there's a chance, Doug's eye booger might have fell into the chili and Barbara's hair could be in the cornbread.
So if I go to a potluck, the only way I am eating anything at the potluck is if I know the person who prepared it, and I know them well enough to know what kind of kitchen they keep, and I know them well enough to know that they wouldn't be giving me a 3-day-old pie that dozens of people ate out of.
Can we please plan a potluck night? I don't know, you mentioned it, and I'm kind of revved up on this idea. I really do love a potluck, and I love it that no one says what they're bringing until they get there.
We potlucked last party at your house. Remember, a bunch of people brought stuff. I know I brought pierogies.
I loved it. I didn't get any again, but that's okay. I'm kind of used to that. I'd never eat your pierogies.
I bought like pounds of pierogies and made them and added onions and caramelized
Those
them.
motherfuckers ate my pierogies again.
Yeah.
Everybody ate his pierogies again.
But I do love a potluck. Would that make you nervous, Rolston?
It make me nauseous. I think. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the potluck concept. You know what? I grew up on a lot of church potlucks, and they're all pretty gross.
The food is not kept at a proper temperature.
Right.
It leaves some little sweet old lady's house,
Right.
and I'm sure it was great when it left the house. But now it's an hour and a half later. It's sitting on, a card table with stains on it, and I don't know. It's just it loses appeal for
Oh,
me.
fuck it. I hate potlucks now.
It has to be a potluck like at your house, how you did it, where we know everybody.
that's how- I mean,
everything is still hot.
I don't want to go to a church potluck. I'm saying people we know that.
I reheated my pierogies at your house, so they were
right.
fresh.
Okay, yeah, and I love that, but I'm saying, fuck, never mind. I just canceled the potluck. I'm out of the potluck.
It's already done.
I'm out of the potluck business, Kevin.
It barely even started, and it's already done.
Already done. The dreams of the potluck are long gone. Already.
You're out of potluck.
Wow. Okay. We do have some emails here today. Zach and Bama said, my wife and I got into a fun argument. I was hoping maybe you guys could settle it for us. I said that Elsa is more popular and favored than Cinderella to the modern day kids. My wife can't disagree with me more and said that Cinderella is more popular. Okay, I think we need to poll younger kids to do this, and the people in our KVJ TV audience are not.
I think Frozen's more popular with the young kids. Cinderella's old as shit.
Yeah, and here's like a hot take. I think Elsa's sister Anna is a way better character.
Well, who's pushing Cinderella these days?
Nobody.
I mean, when's the last time you heard any kind of hotness about Cinderella?
It's been a minute.
Don't they have some Cinderella stuff that's coming out here? I thought like the Ortega girl was in
That's
something.
Snow White.
Oh, I can't
It's
keep
coming
it
out.
Kevin
straight.
doesn't know the difference. He's a man.
I don't pay attention to this
No,
shit.
you shouldn't.
So they're not doing a Cinderella. It's okay. So it's all rebooted Snow White.
But I don't think that's Ortega. There's another girl that's doing that, and that's the one where the conservatives made a Snow White, and the Democrats made their Snow White.
Each party made their own version.
From a certain point of view, yes, and they're going head to head, and it's all this drama.
It's politics?
Oh, Virginia, it's all politics.
Oh, my.
Nothing.
I can't.
Getting out.
They're doing the traditional Snow White
Yeah.
on the conservative side. And the girl playing Snow White's been doing a lot of red carpet stuff with Gal Gadot.
Okay.
And basically, this is not the traditional. She doesn't need a man. Blah blah blah. So she's
Woke Snow White?
It's rubbing some people the wrong way that want a traditional Snow White, and they've changed some of the things. And it's about she doesn't need a man. She's a leader, a fierce leader, and that's what this is about.
I mean, her name's White. She's got to be white.
There's a big fight between the whole Snow White industry.
Yeah.
I'm here for a Snow White fight.
Oh, when it comes closer to the release date, you're gonna hear more about it.
Yeah, I'm fascinated.
The new one where they make the Seven Dwarfs animation or whatever, that looks weird to me. That looks creepy. I think they made the wrong decision on that. It looks odd. It doesn't look right.
So they don't have people as
don't.
actors. They have like animation as actors.
Because they were, it turned into a fucking mess. That entire that whole Snow White thing. As far as they've had a reshoot, they've lost a lot of money on it already. A lot of drama behind it.
Fascinating.
They don't like the Snow White doing press tour because she's always running her mouth about shit that gets them in trouble.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Wow. I think I'm going to make it a point to miss all these.
Kevin's like, I am tapping out.
Yeah. One text says, my daughter is 7, and she said that she picks Elsa from Frozen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds legit. And not that they know, but the people in our chat say that Elsa from Frozen is a lot more popular than Cinderella. In fact, she gets 90% of the vote.
Wow.
I mean, it's a bloodbath.
Yeah. So there you go, Zach and Bama. That's what we're saying to that. Okay. Very nice. Got an email here from Nadia. She said, I know Virginia's been trying to report on the Blake Lively story for weeks now with Justin Baldoni, and even this morning brought up what someone on TikTok said. It's a little frustrating to hear her talk about this without doing her own research.
I don't have time.
Being in PR, Being in PR, I know how important that is before giving an opinion on anything, especially on such serious allegations.
I'm a shortcut bitch.
This is how misinformation is spread. If Virginia read the New York Times article below, she would know that Blake's filing includes excerpts from thousands of pages of text messages and emails she obtained through a subpoena of Baldoni and his team. Baldoni hired a PR team to create a smear campaign against Blake Lively, and the article below clearly shows that through examples of the text messages. Like, here's one excerpt. Mr. Baldoni texted Miss Abel flagging a social media thread that accused another celebrity of bullying behavior, and it generated 19 million views. This is what we would need, he wrote. Miss Nathan soon floated proposals to hire contractors to dominate social media through full social account takedowns by starting threads of theories and generally working to change narrative. All this would be most importantly untraceable, she wrote.
Man, is it possible that everybody in this equation sucks? And
Yes.
that they all have an ego?
That is
and
very possible.
They're all petty, and this might be one of the weakest celebrity feuds I have ever heard in my life. They're both wah fuck faces.
I think the only thing that's made it kind of interesting is that they've capped so much. How much money is the suit for? It's like, isn't it multiple hundreds of millions?
Yes.
I mean, it's insane.
It's
Like, what are we talking
millions
about
and
here?
millions
It's crazy.
here.
So, Nadia said, anyways, I wanted to share this because I feel like many times the dirt of the day is misleading. Okay.
Well, yeah, I probably agree with you.
It's tough to argue with somebody who agrees with your critique.
I think she's right.
That's a good defense, too, by the way. When someone just, you suck. Yeah, I know. I get it.
I am biased just like a lot of the media. I read and see a lot of things on TikTok, and it influences me.
I really, when it comes to a lot of this stuff, especially now in 2025, when you've got a major when they filmed it, you have a major movie. There's going to be so many eyeballs watching you. I think this is a case of two egos fucking butting heads and them not liking each other, and it just they had to work, and they motherfucked each other left and right to a point where it got so ugly. They're going, I'm gonna fuck them over. No, I'm gonna fuck them over.
And they both doubled down.
Yeah,
they both hired campaigns by sneaky PR people to hurt the other one. I think they both have done that.
To me, what I think the great impact is, because I really don't care about either of them, but in Hollywood, I think it will be interesting to see what a precedent this will set with liability. And I know they've already gotten the coordinators that are supposed to be there, but here you are trying to make a movie to make it look like you are in love. And what is going to be deemed over the line if you're acting or trying to get into that role or that model? And if you're an actor, you're probably telling yourself, I truly love this person. Every action I do, I want it to do like I am madly in love with them so that it comes across that way when people are watching it.
Or even if it's just chemistry in general. There was, I think, Deborah Winger and the woman who is Shirley MacLaine. They did a movie together, and they did not like each other. And there's reports that the one woman farted on purpose in Shirley MacLaine's face during a take.
Weaponizing a fart?
Deborah Winger.
Female on female fart weaponizing is unheard of.
That's the report. Is she legitimately farted in her face as a weapon because they did not like each other.
Holy shit.
It's impressive.
You gotta look into that.
I definitely will look into that. That is such a fascinating story.
Yes, I think it's terms of endearment. And I know for a fact it was Shirley MacLaine. I'm 98% that it was, speaking of not getting your facts right, Deborah Winger.
That is amazing if that's real.
Yeah.
I think it was Deborah Winger. Gosh, fuck.
Chick on chick fart weaponizing and they hated each other. That is great.
The one thing I know is that Shirley MacLaine got a fart in her face that she did not want.
She ate that fart.
From one of
I
the
don't think anybody wants it,
from the
typically.
star of the movie.
Yeah. You get pink eye that way, you know. And here's a win for Virginia. Danielle said, I was so confused when I heard Virginia's review of Amelia Perez, so I took her advice and I went in blind to watch the movie, and I loved it. Not only did I love it, but I have to agree, it is so hard to describe without giving it away. I guess to give a little info without ruining it, it's about a lawyer and a mob person. Now go watch it. Love you guys.
Yeah, that's a good review.
Okay.
Go watch it.
Your review.
Just go watch Amelia Perez.
I thought your review was legendary.
It sounded like a psychopath.
Never have I heard of reviews suck so hard to the point. It's legendary.
Yeah.
It sounds like I need to be medicated.
And some show suggestions. Ryan said, you guys ought to check out this show on A&E called Florida Heat. If you haven't seen it yet, I think it's up your alley. It's up your alley, and you would probably get some good comical content for the show from it.
Florida Heat. Is it shot in Florida? Because I really was digging the one that was shot in Florida that I finally caught up with over the break. What was it? Black? What was it? The one that was shot down in the Keys? Bloodline.
Bloodline, yes.
Not Blackline.
Yeah, Bloodline.
Bloodline. That was so good up until the last few episodes of the final season.
I will add it to my viewing list and see how it is. Because, yeah, if it's Florida, too, I love watching. That's why I like Bloodline. The shows in the Keys are great. Because it's just such an interesting place. There's nowhere in America like the Keys. It's just unique.
It's a backdrop, too. It's such a made-for-film backdrop. And then the characters down there, if you just explore their idiosyncrasies and personalities, it makes for a wonderful story.
Well, the whole thing, it just, it accentuates the weird.
Yes.
You got people with a lot of money. You have a lot of drugs. You have people that are partying. You have people that are not from there. People that are running from things.
You are right about it being weird, and you can always tell a town's a little weird when you can purchase Bigfoot, alien shit, and they do have that kind of stuff there, to the point where I had to pack it in another person's car when they're driving up here. Because I go, what am I going to get this again?
Right, you're right. When? So, yeah, I'll put that on the list. Hopefully we'll get to that because, now that football, at least college is over, just got a few NFL games, but it's almost full binge-watching season. So every weekend, baby, I'm just plopping down and watching some shows.
I got no dogs in these fights, but it would be cool to see my two buds. You got Panda with the Bills, and you got you with the Buckeyes. Both of you winning.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of neat to see.
It'd be very neat.
Banner year.
I get nervous for Panda.
I know.
Because I did not know that the Bills had never won a championship, and he was in here talking so optimistic.
I know.
I want to be here for him if he falls.
Dude, you better. You need to look. I'm just telling you right now. February 9th.
I am worried.
If Panda and the Bills are in the Super Bowl and they don't win, check on your boy.
If the Bills don't win the Super Bowl this year, I am legit worried about my boy Panda.
Well, it's worse when your team is hyped. Almost like they should take this. It's all theirs. It's their year. When all that goes on, it's the pain. It's tenfold when they lose it.
I have known Panda since I was 12 or 13, and since I've known him, he has been a lover of the Buffalo Bills. To where I'd always draw my dead dog in art class that got hit by a car.
Some things never change.
He would always draw the Bills.
Yeah.
And Bill stuff. It was always Buffalo. So, I could see it and hear it yesterday. I'm nervous.
I am too. As his wife, I am too.
There's a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where a guy has a heart attack and dies because the Jets just kept breaking his heart.
Oh.
And Larry goes, the fucking Jets killed him.
Yeah.
That was the whole story.
Jaybird.
No, I'm not.
Don't put that in the universe.
That's not what I meant.
If Panda drops dead, it's kind of 30% your fault.
The guy was old and had. Never mind. Fuck. Now I'm going to have such guilt all day. I'll text you later. I didn't mean this.
I'm so sorry. I hope Panda lives.
Fuck. That's not what I was saying.
But it's kind of what you
That's
said.
not what I meant.
I know that.
Shit, Bird.
Words matter.
It's a funny episode.
And Jen said you must watch The Day of the Jackal and Lockerbie. Both can be found on Peacock. You won't be disappointed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is Ted Lasso, is that over?
They're bringing it back. In fact, there was a teaser. One of the guys that's on the show was talking about, because he does stand up to make money when he's not on Ted Lasso. And he was like, I'm not going to be able to book any dates on this time frame. And people are like, oh, he's trying to let you know that they're going to go back and start filming Ted Lasso again. So, yeah, it's
That's cool. I like those little Easter eggs.
Yeah, that's, I think, what he was doing.
Would you greenlight another season, or was it good?
I am nervous because I think it ended very well. And you ever have that where you just, there's so many things in life where you're like, maybe you're even a meal. You're like, that was just great. And you're like, oh, you know what? We should go back and get something else. And you're like, I don't know. I'm walking out of there. It's perfect. You know, or you stayed out a little bit later. Like you go to the bar, you know, and you had such a great time at the bar. You're like, what a great fun night this was. Be like, you know what? Let's go to one more.
Overstaying your welcome could be a dangerous game.
It's just one of those things where you walk away, be like, guys, if we walk away right now, our memories are going to be of perfection.
You got to know when to hold them and you got to know when to fold them.
All you can do at this point really is just go down from here.
Kenny was right. And you know, he folded them right before COVID.
He did.
He did. He knew when to fold them.
I personally think he folded a little too soon. He should have held them for Kenny Rogers roasters.
I hear you, but
them beans,
he
Kevin.
was done.
Those barbecue beans.
And he knew, maybe somewhere deep inside his soul, that COVID was about to fuck us all up. And he said, that's it, cashing in.
He must have known that only this one fuckface down in South Florida was buying his food. We got to get rid of this thing. We got to fold them.
And Doug said, I know, Kev, you and Bird are sour on the Star Wars franchise, but the new Skeleton Crew is excellent. Okay.
What is that?
I don't know. I stopped paying attention, honestly.
You broke me, Star Wars. You broke me.
Yeah. And he said the new Netflix show, American Primeval, is good and violent. It's a fictional account of the Utah War, a conflict between U.S. troops and Mormon settlers in Utah.
Oh, you would love a Mormon settler show.
I might.
Yeah.
I might.
History, Kev? That sounds like some history-ish.
Yeah. Well, what was it? They went up there, I think, at one point. What was the settlers were trying to get? Maybe they're trying to get to Oregon. What's that story? Remember, they got stuck in some pass, and then they started cannibalizing each other.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gosh.
It's heavy.
There's some crazy stuff that's happened in those settler days.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Go back and look at.
It's unsettling.
Yeah, you're right. It's a good way to put it. And Christine said Goliath with Billy Bob Thornton on Prime is even better than his show Landman on Paramount.
Really? I hear a lot of people talking about Landman.
Yes, I do too. In fact, it's very high on my list of things to watch. But I've seen Goliath. I just haven't jumped on it.
Is it about the story, David and Goliath?
Don't think so. I've only seen the artwork of it, but it didn't have a look like it was that. I mean, I'm sure it's a Goliath on somebody. It's a Goliath, and so it's a play off of that concept.
Goliath hold the David.
Maybe. Yeah.
Kevin, stop bailing her out on these shitty jokes. I mean,
whatever. That wasn't a joke. That was just
I can't even tell what's commentary and what's
question.
jokes because I'm like, I don't know if that's a joke. Do I comment on that
It's
or do
just
I
a
laugh?
question.
Okay.
What was it? What you just said before that?
I said, suck my dick? Is that what I said? Oh, yeah, that's what I said.
See, that's funny.
Jeremy said I was watching the Magnificent Seven. I was wondering if this was the old Western times, what your jobs would be. I could see Jaybird making coffins. Virginia would be a burlesque woman.
Okay, I like the way this is going.
Kevin would be the sheriff, and I have no idea what the fuck Denny's would be doing.
I think me and Denny's would be selling some illegal elixirs.
Snake oil?
Yeah, just some shit. I'd be more of a...
I think Denny's would be the piano man at the bar.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because you know what? The piano man, you got to let everything roll off your back. Because you're going to see fights. People are going to pull out guns, pistolas. There's going to be a lot of anger, a lot of emotion. There's going to be a lot of whores hanging on you.
And you just keep a temperament cool.
Yeah, and you just got to be I'm just here to play the music, man. I think that's what I think he'd be a great piano man in a saloon.
You're so right.
Yep.
I'd like to be Milt Joyce, owner-operator.
I'd like to be a little more than a burlesque. I think I just want to be a straight-up hooker.
Okay, go for it.
Because, I don't think burlesque made that much money.
But you better get ready for them steedsies, them
Oh,
STDs.
yeah.
You might as well accept that you're going to have...
To go along with your-
1880
Yeah.
STDs would take you out.
Yeah, you think your pink eye was bad?
Oh, my gosh.
Pink brown eye.
Oh, you're going to have cowboy chlamydia?
Yeah, that's rough. You'll never ride a horse again, Virginia.
No, you wouldn't even feel anything when you ride a horse. That thing would be so numb. You could not have enjoyed your life being an 1800s hooker.
It had to
There's
suck.
no way that could have been a good life.
Well, imagine if you did have something that was a really bad, painful genital disease, and then the only way to get around is horseback.
Yeah, and I still think you had to go to work.
And there was no penicillin. Like, that thing didn't clear up.
I don't think the person in charge gave a shit if you had cowboy chlamydia, because I don't think the Cowboys gave a shit either.
No.
Back then, I
You
think
just drink whiskey and die at 30.
Never mind. I want to be a nun.
I think the 3 holes were probably not real cleanly. The mouth, the private, and the butthole.
Yeah, okay.
Or the dick hole for the guys.
So you think ass play was a big thing with the
and Denny-
Cowboys?
Me and Denny's have a theory. We don't think ass play was real prevalent until we really started showering more. I'm not to say people weren't, doing ass stuff, but not like 2025.
Really?
Yeah, because we're more clean.
I would go the other way, and I would say it was more prevalent.
Wow, look at this debate. Which cream pie will win?
And here's my reasoning for that.
I'm so excited.
He's half hard.
Because holding on to your virginity was so important. In fact, they used to do the old hymen checks where they would come in and they would check the bed sheets, and that was like proof that you had saved yourself till marriage. Paramount that you had to do that. But if you wanted to get sexual, you could have a little butt play and your hymen stay intact. So they used to do more ass play than they do now.
The poop hole loophole.
Yep.
Yeah, if you do it in the butt, your vagina stays virginal, but you still get to.
Now, are you talking just about tossing salads and all that?
I'm
or-
talking about the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, I think there was a lot more ass play back before.
It's called the poop hole loophole.
Look,
Yep.
I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm not saying you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's an interesting theory, and I am looking at it with a different set of eyeballs.
Okay, just to add that to the debate, if you want to take the other side of it, the poop hole loophole is the other.
We've had this debate on Weird and Whatever probably about 11 times.
I'm here for
Anybody
it.
bring up the poop hole loophole?
Well, I'm sure of it.
Oh, okay.
How does Beckett feel?
He gets so into any kind of sex talk.
Really?
Yes.
Loves
I didn't
it, huh?
realize that.
Yes. I think the only one that gets uncomfortable would be Vicky.
Sarah said, Bird, for your cleaning playlist that you guys had today, you should add the Fraggle Rock theme.
Down a Fraggle Rock.
Funky little tune. Yep.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool one.
Yeah.
Dance your cares away, worries for another day. Let the music play. Down a Fraggle Rock.
Do you guys remember Muppet Babies?
Yes.
Muppet Babies.
They'll make our dreams come
That
true.
was a jam.
Muppet Babies will do the same for you.
And they only showed the woman's legs.
I like adventure. I like romance.
Do you know what the fuck we're talking about, Kevin?
I have no fucking clue. What's going
Yeah,
on
so
right
the
now.
nanny would come in and you could only see like from her mid calf down.
And I kind of feel like it gave me, I don't know, like a leg stockings kind of a fetish.
Gave you a foot fetish.
Oh,
It gave
okay.
me like
As a
leg-
young boy.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, Muppet face is cool. Why am I hard?
You had a Muppet Babies boner?
I'm just having some fun over here.
Dak said, I was listening to the After the Show yesterday, and I heard somebody refer to Anne-Marie as a knockoff Beyonce or Freeonce. I just wanted to jump in and add a little perspective here. And communities like the one she may have come from, we know the difference between Beyonce and Anne-Marie. And a lot of people were making the point that she was doing her song One Thing before Beyonce, because I noted how much I thought that sounded like a Beyonce type vibe and
Oh,
sound.
so did Beyonce rip her?
Maybe. And Dak says, that's kind of like saying Led Zeppelin is a knockoff version of Metallica or vice versa. So, same ballpark, different game. Anne-Marie has her own vibe, her own lane, and her own fan base. So, as the saying goes, put some respect on her damn name. Looking forward to more great content from you guys, just with fewer questionable comparisons.
Well, you're not going to get fewer questionable shit. I'm so sorry.
What was the artist name again?
Anne-Marie, Amerie, and I only knew her as a one-hit, is The One Thing was the song. But, I thought it sounded kind of a mix between Beyonce and Jennifer Lopez, kind of where I was going with it. Heard the similarities.
Jennifer Lopez. Didn't even see Jenny from the Block.
Yeah.
That's the rumor.
I know. We've heard it.
Yeah, that I've seen that video with the girl who sang the backup. And
She says the girl that sang backup said she sang a lot of it. You can hear J-Lo on some of it. So she does sing some of it, but the backup, the in quotes backup says there's a lot of me on there. That's not J-Lo.
Okay.
And she sings it. She does TikTok videos, and
Right.
she kind of shows the comparison.
Yeah, I don't think that anyone has ever put J-Lo in the list of singing greats. I think they know she's gotten a lot of help. It's
crazy.
She's enough to be able to hold a basic tune, but then what they do in the studio is great for her.
I loved J-Lo in Selena. I thought she did a great job.
Yes.
Even though this movie is shitty, I loved it. Anaconda with Ice Cube and Luke Wilson or Owen Wilson, and
Yeah.
J-Lo is in that. It's about, anacondas, but it is a shitty movie, but I thought she was good in that.
Okay.
And then she became unlikable somewhere. I think it's Jenny from the Block.
Yeah, I think so.
All the Ben stuff, the Benifer, the first time, that was a lot.
Yeah.
That was when we kind of all were like, okay.
Somebody said that Anne-Marie also had a song called Touch. So if you're looking for another
Is
tune.
it the same
I don't know
person?
if another
Is it
one.
the same person saying them?
No, this is in the chat room. This is Corinne that's saying that. I got an email here from Justin. That's something I'll have to check out. He said Warren Sapp just filed a massive lawsuit against Okeechobee County Sheriff Office for wrongful arrest last year.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see what that's all about. I haven't seen anything on that yet, but we'll see. Maybe we'll have that on tomorrow. So we'll see there. Got Zion with some thoughts for Denny's about planting grass. He said, I'm sorry, it's Alberto that sent it. Zion Zoysia, shade tolerant. It's a nice feeling lawn to lay on. It's great for the kids to play on. And there's a diamond Zoysia as well. Okay.
It is so funny. People who really know about grass and flowers, they can talk forever. And I love I'm so interested in greenery and learning how to do all that stuff. Landscaping, I think you love it too, don't you, Kev?
I do.
It
Yeah.
is so peaceful. It's a lot of work, and you have to maybe not.
It's so
put
rewarding.
It really is.
Yeah.
Don't put so much pressure on yourself to trying to. If you're doing it yourself, is what I'm
Right,
saying,
yeah.
and enjoy the ride. If you do
Yeah.
it that way, it can be quite peaceful.
It is. It's peaceful being in it, getting in the dirt, and then when you're done, sitting back and be like, I did that. That looks amazing.
And there's a lot to learn.
Yeah.
You really have to study it.
It's an art. Yeah.
It is an art. And you can be quite creative with it.
Yep. Said also St. Augustine, there are different varieties, but I would recommend Citra Blue. There's a virus that goes around that Citra Blue is a little bit more resistant to. So there you go. All right, some information for Denny's wanting to get that perfect lawn going on.
Have you guys seen those lawn rocks where at nighttime they're supposed to glow and look blue and have all these colors and shining, and it's supposed to make your garden pop or your. Are they shitty? Because I've read all the reviews.
I've seen
and I was looking at
those.
videos, but no one I know has them. But I don't want to just order them and then be shitty. And so if anyone's gone through them, I heard some really bad reviews.
The ad looks amazing.
Amazing. It makes it look like your yard is going to be Willy Wonka.
It would be, even if it's not as good as the advertisement, even if it's only 50% as good, it would still look amazing
1,000%
in
agree.
your dinosaur garden. Your dinosaur garden is actually perfect for those glowing
Or
rocks.
even in people's front yard, is it worth the money to buy them, or is it going to be one of those things where you're driving up and 5 of them are lit or glowing?
I think you just got to get them. I thought about getting them, so you got to get them.
Does it make you sound old if you're talking about going online to read reviews about rocks?
Fuck you, Rolston.
Hey, we gotta fuck you also. We gotta go.
Shut it down.
I knew you were going to make fun of one of us. I wasn't sure who it was. And when I heard rocks, I'm like, oh, shit. You're right, dog. I'm getting old.
It is what it is.
All right, we got some rock reviews to go check out. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.